Have you ever gone to bed feeling perfectly fine, only to wake up in the middle of the night with swollen ankles, a dull ache in your lower back, or that strange puffiness under your eyes that wasn't there yesterday? If that has ever happened to you, please don't scroll away, because what I'm about to share could be the missing piece your body has been trying to tell you about for years. Your kidneys work every single second of your life, filtering out toxins, balancing your fluids, and keeping your blood clean. But here's the frightening part. Most people don't realize their kidneys are struggling until real damage has already been done. And the strangest thing is, one of the simplest fixes isn't a pill, isn't an expensive supplement, and isn't some complicated diet plan. It's something small, something sweet, something you've probably eaten 100 times without ever knowing its true power. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal exactly which fruit this is, why eating it before bed matters so much more than eating it during the day, and the specific warning signs your kidneys might already be sending you right now. Let's talk honestly for a moment about what your kidneys actually do while you sleep. Most people think of sleep as a time when the body simply shuts down and rests, but that couldn't be further from the truth. While you're dreaming, your kidneys are actually working overtime, quietly filtering waste from your bloodstream, regulating your blood pressure, and repairing tiny bits of damage from the day. Think of your kidneys like two hardworking night shift workers who never clock out, never complain, and never ask for a raise. But just like any worker, if you don't give them the right support, they eventually burn out. And that burnout doesn't happen overnight. It happens slowly, silently, over months and years, until one day you're sitting in a waiting room hearing words you never wanted to hear. This is why what you eat in the evening, especially right before bed, plays such a massive role in your long-term kidney health. Most people obsess over what they eat for breakfast or lunch, but almost nobody thinks carefully about their nighttime habits. And that's a huge mistake, because your kidneys are most active in repairing and filtering during those quiet nighttime hours. If you fill your body with the wrong foods before sleep, heavy salt, processed sugar, greasy snacks, you're basically asking your kidneys to work a double shift with no support. But if you give them the right kind of natural fuel, something gentle, hydrating, and rich in the right nutrients, you're giving those two hardworking organs exactly what they need to repair, flush out toxins, and protect themselves for the years ahead. Now here's where it gets interesting, because not all fruits are created equal when it comes to kidney health. In fact, some fruits that seem healthy on the surface can actually be harsh on your kidneys, especially as you get older and your kidney function naturally starts to slow down a little. Bananas, for example, are often praised as a health food, and they are wonderful for many things, but they're also extremely high in potassium, which can be a real problem for people whose kidneys aren't filtering as efficiently as they used to. Oranges, similarly, are loaded with natural sugars and acids that can be tough on sensitive kidneys over time. This is exactly why so many people who think they're eating healthy are unknowingly putting extra strain on their kidneys every single night without realizing it. So what makes one particular fruit stand out from all the rest? What makes it not just safe, but genuinely protective for your kidneys, especially when eaten in the evening? The answer lies in a rare combination of qualities that almost no other fruit has all at once. Low natural sugar, low potassium, high water content, and a powerful group of antioxidants that specifically target the kind of cellular stress your kidneys experience during nighttime filtration. And the fruit that checks every single one of these boxes, almost like it was designed by nature specifically for your kidneys, is the humble blueberry. I know what you might be thinking. Blueberries? Something so small, so simple, sitting quietly in the produce aisle next to flashier fruits. How could this tiny berry possibly make such a big difference? But that's exactly the beauty of it. Blueberries are one of the only fruits that combine a naturally low potassium content with an extraordinarily high level of antioxidants called anthocyanins, the very compounds that give them their deep blue-purple color. These antioxidants don't just sit there looking pretty. They actively work to reduce oxidative stress inside your kidney cells, the very kind of stress that builds up silently over years and eventually leads to declining kidney function. And because blueberries are so gentle on your system, they won't spike your blood sugar the way many other fruits do right before bed, which matters enormously because blood sugar spikes at night have been linked to extra strain on kidney filtration over time. But here's the part that truly changes everything, and it's the reason timing matters just as much as the fruit itself. Eating blueberries specifically in the evening, ideally about 1 to 2 hours before you go to sleep, allows their antioxidant compounds to be present in your bloodstream during the exact hours when your kidneys are doing their heaviest repair work. It's almost like sending in reinforcements right before the night shift begins. If you eat the same blueberries at 10 in the morning, your body will still benefit, but by the time nighttime kidney repair kicks in, most of those protective compounds have already been used up elsewhere in your body. Eating them before bed means your kidneys get first access to that protective support exactly when they need it most. Let's pause for a second, because I want you to really picture something. Imagine two people, both in their 60s, both living fairly similar lives. One of them snacks on chips or something salty in the evening, then goes to bed. The other quietly eats a small bowl of fresh blueberries an hour before turning in for the night. On the surface, nothing seems different. Both people wake up, go about their day, feel relatively fine. But underneath the surface, inside their bodies, something very different is happening every single night. One kidney is straining under salt and processed additives, working overtime just to keep up. The other kidney is being gently supported, protected, given exactly what it needs to repair itself without extra stress. Multiply that difference by 365 nights a year for 10, 15, 20 years, and you start to understand just how much small nightly choices can shape your long-term health. Now, I want to talk about something many people over 50 experience but rarely connect to their kidneys. Do you ever notice that you need to get up multiple times during the night to use the bathroom? Or perhaps you've noticed your urine looking unusually dark, foamy, or different from before. These aren't just random annoyances of getting older. These can be subtle signals that your kidneys are working harder than they should, trying to filter out waste that's building up faster than they can handle. Swelling in the ankles or feet by the end of the day, unexplained fatigue even after a full night's sleep, or a persistent dull ache in your lower back or sides are all signs worth paying attention to. None of these symptoms alone means something is seriously wrong, but together over time, they paint a picture of kidneys that could use some extra support, and extra support is exactly what a small handful of blueberries before bed can help provide. What makes blueberries even more remarkable is something most people never learn. Their fiber content actually helps regulate the toxins your gut produces. Toxins that your kidneys would otherwise have to filter out entirely on their own. Think of it like this: your gut and your kidneys are silent partners in keeping your body clean. When your gut is healthy and functioning well, it takes some of the burden off your kidneys. Blueberries support healthy gut bacteria, which in turn reduces the overall toxic load your kidneys need to process each night. It's a beautiful, natural partnership that most people never even think about. Yet it happens every single time you eat this simple fruit. I also want to gently address something important because I care about your safety far more than I care about giving you a quick answer. If you've already been diagnosed with kidney disease, or if you're on any kind of fluid or potassium restriction, please don't assume every fruit, including blueberries, is automatically safe for your specific situation without guidance from your own healthcare provider. Kidney health is deeply personal, and what works beautifully for one person's body might need to be adjusted for someone with existing kidney concerns. This video is meant to give you powerful, practical, everyday knowledge, but your own doctor knows your specific numbers, your specific history, and your specific needs far better than any video ever could. Please use this information as a guide to start meaningful conversations, not as a replacement for personalized medical advice. Now let's talk about how to actually bring this into your life in the simplest way possible, because knowledge without action doesn't protect anyone. You don't need a fancy recipe or an expensive smoothie recipe to benefit from this. A small handful of fresh or frozen blueberries, roughly half a cup, eaten plain about an hour or two before bed, is often enough to start giving your kidneys that gentle nighttime support. Some people enjoy them slightly warmed, almost like a dessert, which can feel comforting on a cold evening. Others prefer them cold, straight from the fridge, as a light and refreshing way to end the day. There's no single right way to eat them. What matters most is consistency. Eating them occasionally won't create meaningful change, but making them a steady part of your evening routine, night after night, week after week, is where the real transformation happens. I also want you to understand why consistency matters so much when it comes to kidney health specifically. Unlike some organs that show immediate dramatic symptoms when something goes wrong, your kidneys are incredibly patient and forgiving for a long time. They compensate, they adapt, they quietly absorb extra stress without complaint. This is actually the danger, because by the time symptoms become impossible to ignore, a significant amount of kidney function may have already been affected. This is exactly why small, steady, protective habits matter so much more than occasional dramatic changes. Eating blueberries once during a health kick and then forgetting about them won't do much, but making them a normal, unremarkable part of your evening, the same way you might brush your teeth or lock your front door, that's where lasting protection comes from. Let's also talk about something people rarely connect together: sleep quality and kidney health. Poor sleep has been associated with higher blood pressure, and elevated blood pressure is one of the leading contributors to kidney strain over time. Interestingly, blueberries contain natural compounds that have been associated with calmer, more restful sleep patterns for many people. This means that eating them before bed isn't just supporting your kidneys directly through their antioxidant content. They may also be indirectly protecting your kidneys by helping you achieve deeper, more restorative sleep, which in turn helps regulate healthy blood pressure levels. It's a beautiful cycle. Better sleep supports healthier blood pressure. Healthier blood pressure reduces kidney strain, and reduced kidney strain means your body wakes up each morning just a little bit stronger than it would have otherwise. I know some of you watching this might be thinking, this all sounds nice, but can something so small really make that much of a difference? And I understand that skepticism, because we live in a world that constantly tells us we need expensive solutions, complicated programs, or dramatic lifestyle overhauls to see real results. But the truth about the human body, especially as we get older, is that small, consistent, gentle habits almost always outperform dramatic, unsustainable changes. Your kidneys don't need a miracle. They need steady, gentle, informed support night after night. And that is precisely what this small, unassuming fruit provides. Let's also take a moment to talk about something deeply personal, because health isn't just about numbers and lab results, it's about the life you get to live because of those numbers. Healthy kidneys mean more energy to play with your grandchildren without feeling drained by evening. They mean fewer worries about sudden health scares that disrupt your plans and your peace of mind. They mean waking up feeling refreshed instead of puffy, heavy, or foggy. They mean more independence, more freedom, and more good years ahead, surrounded by the people you love most. When you think about protecting your kidneys, you're not just thinking about an organ, you're thinking about protecting your entire future. I also want to remind you that this small evening habit works even better when paired with a few other simple choices throughout your day. Staying properly hydrated with plain water, especially earlier in the day rather than right before bed, supports your kidneys tremendously. Reducing excess salt, particularly hidden salt in processed and packaged foods, gives your kidneys far less work to do. Moving your body regularly, even something as simple as a daily walk, helps regulate blood pressure and blood sugar, both of which directly protect kidney health over time. None of these changes need to happen overnight, and none of them need to feel overwhelming. Start with the blueberries before bed. Let that become your anchor habit and let the other pieces fall into place naturally over time. As we come to the end of this video, I want you to really sit with everything we've talked about today. Your kidneys have been quietly working for you every single day of your life, asking for very little in return, yet giving you everything: clean blood, balanced fluids, a properly functioning body that allows you to live the life you want. And now you know one of the simplest, gentlest, most powerful ways to give something back to them, not through expensive treatments, not through complicated diets, but through a small handful of blueberries eaten quietly before bed, night after night, as a simple act of care for two organs that have never once stopped working for you. If this video opened your eyes to something you never knew before, please take a moment to like this video, because it genuinely helps this information reach more people who need to hear it, especially those who might not even realize their kidneys need this kind of support. If you found value in this, please subscribe to this channel because we share simple, honest, life-changing health information just like this. Information designed specifically for people like you who want to protect their health naturally as they get older. And if you know someone, a parent, a sibling, a close friend, who could benefit from hearing this, please share this video with them today, because you never know whose health you might quietly help protect with just a few minutes of their time. Take care of those two hardworking organs tonight, starting with something as simple as a small bowl of blueberries before bed, and give your body the gentle, consistent support it has been waiting for all along.